line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Time. 53, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go.
From the 27th, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Got it. Hey, lock it.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Hey, Delta. Watch. 61. Matchbox lights. Ready?
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Here we go. Hey, ready? Here we go. Switch. Check.
On second down, it's Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, But now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
You must be dreaming.
Kill, kill, kill.
Young lady.
Twits. Watch twits.
Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Young lady.
Sponge, sponge, sponge.
Here's Jackson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
At the Colts' 43-yard line.
Let's
We're going to start.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold.
You ain't doing nothing.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Win the rep, win the rep. Let's go right here. Mike.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey,
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
hey, orbit.
Big stop.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. His throw incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Miami Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 44-yard.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
They'll run on first down. Tatum. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yes, sir. That's it, baby. We don't run.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, baby. Return over. Get that ball.
These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied
50, plant.
Come on, boy.
You got me 6'6", pull it high.
Chance,
Rock it. Jim.
On second down, Tatum. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 40-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
55, 53, check 53.
Hey, check.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Young lady.
Mike, check that.
Bell. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 53. You got nothing yet. You got nothing.
Young lady.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Real side.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Red 80. Football.
Check.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And that's caught by Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10, down at the 31. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. Airing one out for Crowder. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Hey, team six.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch it,
Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ready up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On first down, Tatum. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back. The 44.
Young Trip is here, baby. Young Trip is here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Ready? And Lobo. Protein spill.
Patch it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tatum. They find some open field here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On first down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run the counter. Tatum. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Tatum. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They're going to look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, high 7.
On 3rd down, Tatum, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith.
Mike the 59. Mike the 59. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Young lady. Check.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 10.
A first down throw, Darnold. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Bell. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run, 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, and the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Here's Darnold. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Justin Houston in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Darnold. He's going to let this go for the end zone. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he is all the way up past the 25. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll run here with John Kelly. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Darnold, a sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now Darnold keeps it, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Sam Darnold, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it here with P-Rod. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Break. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Watch the safety creep.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
We go! 15 line. 15 line. Check. Shoot!
On 2nd down now. Tatum. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold now to throw. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. He'll look to throw. A screen to Bell.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm coming after you. Man, 80. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. You ain't got 80. You ain't got nothing.
Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down. Back to throw. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
He goes to use you. He comes to me, it's me. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Here we go. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9".
You better be afraid of me.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now it's Darnold. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got one timeout left, want to save it.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
53. Mike 53.
So don't say nothing.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danico Autry in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to drop a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run